My talk is about how to and not to give an InfoSec talk. It's supposed to be funny. If I'm not funny enough, that's because my English jokes are not being translated well into Polish. So let's blame the language and not me. I'm safe. We are going to talk about how to or not to give InfoSec talks. If you are working in information security, it is really important for you to understand that you have to share your knowledge, because sharing is caring. You'll keep hearing this word, sharing is caring, across the internet, because we all work in information security, and if we are able to work properly, it is because someone's sharing their knowledge. So if you're giving an information security talk, the first thing you want to know is know your audience. Ask them questions. How many of you work for penetration testing? Okay. How many of you work for the government? How many of you here work for incident response? So by asking questions like this, you will know what your audience is doing. So for example, if there are a lot of government people sitting in your audience, you don't want to crack jokes against the government. If there are a lot of penetration testers sitting in the audience, you want to be nice to the penetration testers. Otherwise, they can hack your computer in the future. So you want to ask a question and see what your audience is doing. Second thing, write 2 lines about yourself. When you're writing about yourself, please don't make false claims. Even if you are the best hacker of the world, don't call yourself the best hacker of the world, because you know there is always a better hacker in the audience. Second thing, try to crack a joke. Like for example, I'm from Australia, and this is called Vegemite. It is very famous in Australia. If you want to taste Vegemite, please see me after the talk. I'll give you a spoon of Vegemite. Third thing, talk about your agenda. Talk about why giving this speech is important for you. Like for example, giving this 5-minute talk is important for me because I want to make friends. That's a very bad reason, but you want to give an agenda and you want to talk about your problem statement. When you're talking about your problem statement, you have to talk about what the problem is and why you think it's a problem and how you are proposing a solution to your problem. It might be any small problem. And one more important thing while giving InfoSec talks, when the cameraman is taking pictures, do not move. Stand still. Otherwise, as a speaker, you'll get very terrible photographs. This is a pro tip. Try to give a demo. We all work in InfoSec, so you don't want to be saying fancy words. You don't want to claim that you're the world's best hacker, and you can't even find a vulnerability with a test website. So try to give a demo. Irrespective of what topic you're talking about, try to give a demo for at least 2 minutes. If your demo is not working, have a backup. Have a video. Have a 2-minute video that worked at your home. I don't know, maybe you did some Photoshop, or maybe you did some video editing, or maybe you did some dodgy code. I don't know how it worked on your video. If your demo doesn't work, have a backup. It's very important in InfoSec talks. And demo gods will save you. If they don't save you, that's okay. That's completely okay. I mean, come on. If I'm a bad speaker, will you hate me? If my demo doesn't work, will you kick me out of the room? Not really. You will understand, because computers are not for everyone. And believe me or not, sometimes computers are very hard to understand. So try to have a demo and try to have a backup video. And sometimes the clicker doesn't work. Do not panic when the clicker doesn't work. Try it again. It'll work. It'll definitely work. And once you give a demo and once you solve your problem, please give some key takeaways. Now, what's the biggest takeaway for you from my 5-minute talk? When you're holding a mic, it is possible that your mic will shake. So when the mic is shaking, try to hold the mic properly. Or do not try to move again and again. Because if you're trying to move again and again, you as a speaker are distracting the audience. It's not a good sign. So you would want to give some takeaways. So one of the takeaways from my 5-minute talk is when your mic is shaking, try to use your left hand and try to give support to your right hand so that people don't observe that the mic is shaking. It's a good takeaway. So in the same way, when you're giving a technical talk, please give some work for the audience to go home and work on. And remember, with any information security talk, sharing is caring. So if you have any research that you're doing in your spare time, on your Saturdays and Sundays, please write a blog post, or please write it on Twitter, or please talk to any conferences or meetups, but please remember to share your knowledge. For example, that's the website I'm sharing. Thanks to Secure 2018. See ya.